I just got to the point where in my family, I was using every day anything and everything, whether it was alcohol or uh, cocaine, heroin, did not matter. Whatever I could get my hands on, and to the point where I had lost my wife, my children, my home. Being a veteran coming
Your
home
wife
from
left you?
yes, my wife had left me.
Did she give you a warning before she walked out?
She had got sick and tired. She had found the Lord and everything, and she had got sick and tired. I remember that one of the last opportunities she had gave me. I came back in the house, and after using all weekend long, blew all my money from work, and I had the nerve to tell her, fix me some breakfast. And the loyal Christian woman she was, she got up out of her bed, started fixing me some grits and sausage and all. And I told her, I don't want no grits. I want something else. That woman took them grits and threw them in the sink, and it just splashed on her.
Lord have mercy.
That's a Christian woman.
You glad she didn't
if
throw
she
them in
wasn't
your
right,
face.
exactly. If she wasn't a Christian woman, that could have
She
been
did
me.
an Al Green on you.
I thank God for that woman now.
Lord have
She's
mercy.
so
she threw the grits in the sink, and then what she do? When the grits jumped in,
and just walked on the way. She just walked on the way.
Lord
And
have mercy.
I'm just so grateful. That's God doing.
That's right.
That's putting a good Christian woman in my life and not realizing God was working them on me.
Now is she back?
She's married again to another gentleman. And that's
another story.
That's another story. But we're
Right.
best of friends.
Praise the
best
Lord.
of friends.
Praise the Lord.
But that's God working at that time, right then and now. Allowed me just to share that he was working on me, and I didn't even realize it because I wanted to continue using, but somewhere along the line, like I said, I got sick and tired and just cried out for help. And before I knew it, in '93, God got me into another treatment program, and I say another because I think I went to maybe 15, 20 different treatment programs.
Are you serious?
Back and forth into treatment. Being a veteran, I could go back into the VA hospitals and VA's treatment programs, just back and forth. And by January, February of '93, I just got sick and tired of it. And I ended up going into that last treatment program at Prairie Point, Maryland, at a VA center, and took my last drink then. And then by March of March of '93, I came home from Prairie Point, and I believe that was the last day. If not, that was going to be my last use. So I thought. And came home, asked my mom, could I stay there? And she said, yes, if I find out you're using, I'm putting you right out. And started using again. And I tell you, I just, to me, using was something I just could not stop doing on my own.
Were you going to meetings?
So I started, while I was in treatment, they brought the meetings to us, which we call the H&I.
Okay.
And they started bringing the meetings to me, and I started hearing about how you can stop using. But I couldn't relate to them. But what happened was a gentleman that came to the meeting, I knew from the streets.
Okay.
And I seen him clean. And I said, what? You clean? His name was Charlie. I said, you clean? He said, yes. He said, when you get out this time, come to the meeting. And my home group, still to this day, is Freedom from Bondage. And he said, we up on Liberty Heights in Gwinnett. So when I got out of that treatment, I got into my mom's house, and I got high for that last day, March the 21st of '93. I went up there to that meeting. I seen him there, and he took me by the hotel. He introduced me to some people. He told me to sit on the front row and listen to them, and I did that day.
Was that Charles W.?
Yes. Yeah,
He's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, a lot of our predecessors are gone.
Oh,
yeah.
man. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I went to the meeting that day, sat on the front row, and then the next day, I thought I was well. I went to the back of the seats, the section, and where the pew tables was all at, and I wanted to sit back there and smoke my cigarette. You know what he told me? He said, take your butt, but not the word butt, and sit up on that front row.
Right.
I was a 32-year-old man. He's telling me what to do.
Right.
But he said, if you want to stay clean, you better do what I asked you to do.
Right.
And I did that. And from that point there on, I have 21 years clean because I followed directions.
You talk about a man telling us what to do. And I've been around just a little longer than you, but it's somewhere in the literature it talks about that if you don't get humble, you will be humiliated.
Yes.
And I can remember being up in a meeting in Greenmount Avenue, and walking up in there, and I thought that because I was who I was, that I could go up in there and carry my credentials and stuff up on Greenmount Avenue, right? And I opened my mouth. For those of y'all who don't know about Greenmount Avenue, there was a meeting on Greenmount Avenue, Narcotics Anonymous, a noon meeting on Greenmount Avenue every day at 12 o'clock, and it had to be 150, 200 addicts recovering up there from all over, everywhere, from the guttermost to the uttermost. And I walked up in there one day, and I was having some kind of recovery event at the church. And I stood up to make an announcement. And I never forgot, I had this Pierre Cardin suit on, clean. And I made this announcement, and somebody said, "Nigga, sit the F down." That's what I said, "What?" I turned around and looked like I was going to do something right, and then somebody else stood up and said, "He said, sit the F down." That's what he said.
Right.
And you know what I did? I sat down. I sat down, and that's when I realized that if I knew so much, how come I was there?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How come I was there? And those of y'all that really listen to your audience, if you can't understand what I'm talking about and you in recovery, I think that's one of the things that we have lost. Even though I'm not one to be using profanity and all that, but somebody say, "Hey, brother, you need to close your mouth. You need to shut up, sit down." Mm-hmm. What happens is that kind of attitude has been lost. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is one of the reasons why so many people are coming in and out of the room so often and are dying. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you think about that, Charles?
Yes. The old spirit is not the same in the meetings no longer. And I have to share that I may be a part of it because of the new era that's going on now. I'm running a transitional supportive housing